we are moving to our special guest. Yulia, do you want to introduce our special guest?
Sure. But before we go there, I think someone asked a question: if is $60,000 salary is a month or year? It's definitely a starting yearly salary. If you guys thinking that quality assurance will give you $60,000 a month, then you can log off from this webinar. This profession is not for you. So $60,000, that's the annual starting salary. But again, this is something that you can start making when you when you spend just 3 months of your time for the education. You don't have to go to college, right? Study 4 or 5 years and then decide, okay, this is a job for me or it's not for me, right? So I hope I answered that question. So getting into the story, it was just a very interesting question. So getting into the story, I wanted to welcome our special guest, Anastasia. She's been a very good student, pretty much following all of the steps within the program, doing all of the homeworks, applying for the jobs, doing the interview the right way as we taught her to do so. Anastasia is I wanted to welcome her. I'll let her tell us the story, like why QA. Like tell us about yourself first, like who you are and how did you find us, and like why did you even decide to get into QA? I mean, you have probably so many other options that you can go.
Hey guys, thanks for introducing. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Because I can't see myself. Okay. Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Anastasia. Yeah, okay. Originally I'm from Moscow, Russia, and currently living in Dubai. So my background is mechanical engineering. Also, I worked in real estate companies, and after that, I started course with these nice girls. Why I started, right? Why I decided to choose the course.
Yeah, like why even QA? Did you know anything about quality assurance
so
before? Like, what is testing?
No, I actually knew nothing about it. So my mom suggested me because she heard a lot of things. My mom
we always listen to our parents.
Yeah, she heard a lot of things. Yeah, and also she worked in huge banks, so they were using this system, and she told me that it would be really useful to learn these kind of skills, and if everything goes well, I can change my career. Also, it was the time of the lockdown, so I thought that it would be really useful, and that's how I started.
Awesome, thank you. And then were you like afraid, like okay, IT testing, like do I have to learn code?
Yeah.
And like that's a different world. Like what did you feel, how did you feel about it?
Yeah, I felt a bit afraid, of course, because I didn't know anything about IT or quality assurance. I had some doubts that maybe when I start the course, maybe I will not be able, like, to understand some things or something like that. Of course, I had some fears. But when I started, I understood that it's really it's very interesting, and this is what will be really like cool to do and to work with.
Awesome. So you basically, like, you prove throughout the course, right, to yourself that I wouldn't just all of our listeners to hear, like, you don't have to know any like C++, Java coding, no?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Nothing like
Actually,
that.
everything was very clear, and it's not really difficult. I think, in my opinion, like any person will be able to understand these
Doesn't matter
things.
what
So, and
background.
yeah, yeah, no matter what is your background or so, it's really easy. Of course, if you listen carefully to all the lessons. So guys, don't be afraid. It's really easy, and it took me only how many? Around 3 months to complete the full course. Yeah.
Awesome.
So in total, it took me maybe 5 months because after completing, I was looking for a job, and also I'm in Dubai. So here in Dubai, there is a big competition actually. So it took me maybe a few months to search, and after that, I got a job in a good company.
Awesome, awesome. And can I ask you, like, why did you like decide to go to our school, and how was your overall experience? Like, did you just I don't know, you could pick any school. I'm sure there are some other, even like on Udemy, there are probably some courses about quality assurance.
No, I really like the course because now when I started to work, I understood that actually you girls covered everything, everything that we need to start with this new profession in the course, and you made it really easy to understand. And I always had support from you. So that was just amazing experience. That's all I can say.
Thank you, thank you. I'm really glad to hear, and you know,
Yeah,
it's very fulfilling to know that you know, you help someone to change their career and kind of a change life, because career is part of your life, right? Yeah, it's
sure.
we spend like half a life, I think, at the at work. So we had some questions from our listeners. Like, what questions did they ask you during the interview? How was your interview?
Okay, no.
Some of them. Some of them.
So some of the questions, because some of the questions which you teach us, like we had some kind of preparation list for the interview.
Yeah,
so they asked me also different kind of situational questions.
For example, do you remember one
what
or two?
else?
Do you remember a few?
For example, like if there is a deadline, but the system is not working at all and you can't do anything about it, then how will you act if you have to finish all of your tasks before the deadline?
Thank you. Yeah, that's awesome.
Something like that, like and now, of course, some of the technical questions, but this position, I answered this manual testing. So they didn't ask me a lot of things about automation. I mean, they didn't ask anything about automation, just some questions related to manual testing, just which kind of programs I used before, not something difficult.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So mostly you're doing manual, but you learn some of the automation as well, right? Because it's included in our like basic basic course. So you know how to write some of the automation scripts, and you know some of the API and SQL.
Yeah, it was actually covered in course as well. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I've learned, but maybe later I will try to practice more. But now there's no need for me. Good. But it depends, guys. Like if you finish the course, you can choose what you enjoy more, and you can choose what you like more. So if you prefer more automation, you can prepare for the interviews and start applying not for manual but for automation testing. So you have a choice.
Great, thank you.
Actually,
So,
we have one more question from our listeners. So, sorry, Anastasia.
Okay.
They're asking, are you working remotely or you need to go to the office? And is it company in Dubai or in somewhere else?
Okay. Yeah, so the company is located in Dubai. This is like a Middle East Netflix. So yeah, so they have movies and series packages and applications, and that's what I'm testing. Now it's like half. Maybe some people they work from home and we have like kind of rotation. Some people they work from office, but because I'm testing TVs, so I can't bring all the TVs and devices to my house. That's why I'm going to the office.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting that you actually could find quality assurance in any kind of industry. So as it like really TV devices, right? Or is it like medical Australia or finance? And I know some working in advertisement and etc. etc. Oh, I remember my friend actually found the job to test microwaves. So guys, opportunities are everywhere.
Oh, wow.
awesome. We can take, I think Anastasia can take a couple of questions, but we'll wrap up her story. So what maybe suggestions do you have for others? Like, do you think they should explore this? Is it even worth investing like 3 or 4 months into the career change or exploring this area?
Yeah, I would suggest guys, don't be afraid to try something new. If you really want to change your life, just go for it. And I would suggest you to try to start the course. Anyway, you have some time to check if you like it or not. If you don't like or you don't understand something, I think you can take your money back and change your decision.
Yes.
But if you really like it, and I'm sure that you will do, so you just need some short time. Even if you're working right now, I think in another job, another industry, but you really want to change it and be able to work remotely, then just go for it.
Awesome, thank you so much. And then I don't know if you want to reveal here, like, are you happy with the salary that they gave you as a starting point?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. So should I say the number?
if you want, you can share, encourage others. If I don't know, it's like the US market might be a little bit different, but up to you.
Yeah, it's a different. It's not like US market, but they gave me $3,000 right now as a starting salary. So let's see. For me, it's okay actually, because now after the salaries changed, the salaries rates changed here after the COVID situation. Before they were giving here in Dubai and UAE for like much higher salaries. So now it's a really good salary and amazing company, and it's very exciting and interesting.
Awesome.
I'm pretty
Thank you
sure
so much Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And remember that this is just your initial investment, right? And the salaries in US a little bit higher, but for Dubai, I think it's a great start. And you have an amazing company. It's not like a little startup that who knows what's gonna happen to it in a few months, right?
True.
You have lots of opportunities, and after half a year or a year, you can decide if you wanna which route you wanna take, right? If you wanna grow into the more automation design, or you can take more of a business analyst, project management role. You have lots of many doors to open.
That's true. So actually, girls, I'm so grateful to you, for your course, and that I had a chance to live this experience with you, and for all of your support. And thank you so much.
You're welcome. So nice to hear. If I could give you one of the roses here, I could. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Anastasia. We
Thank you
Okay,
so much for spending some
Thank you.
time with us on Sunday.
for sure.
All right.